Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Xeno, the personification of a cry for help, and we are back with more Image Season 97. Now, in real time, we're starting immediately after that last playthrough. That was too juicy. That was too juicy. Oh my god, I love that. That was a good twist. That was a good twist. I knew that David was suspect number 1 and had every right to accuse him. And I was right. Oh my god, the fact that he was the one who tested Jim Delaney, like, so juicy. Ooh. And now we're gonna kill David? We're gonna kill David? Ryan, we're gonna kill David? Yeah, I mean, I said to be his ass. But kill David? Shouldn't you at least report Jim's body to the police? Well, I guess he doesn't trust anyone, and to be fair, neither do I, but the police. Anyway, let's continue onwards, shall we? So the last thing we left off on, David immediately clocked that it was us who went to the Burlington Herald. Us, me and Ryan and Walter. After we exposed his family lineage throughout Greylock's history, he then strikes us. He literally assaults an employee. And no one did anything about it, not even Walter. And so after watching a suicide video on our door side and then finding Jim Delaney's mangled, mutilated body in his own room and realizing that the last person he touched was actually David, we're set out to kill him. Ryan, I just hope you have the right weaponry. Well, anyway, let's continue, shall we? I try to shove the fear aside as I make my way downtown. I hold my bag close to my side, and I feel around it to make sure the gun is still hidden inside. You have a gun? Oh. My parents weren't home, which gave me the perfect opening to sneak inside and take one of Dad's pistols from their closet. Jesus Christ, they don't have a safe? I did make sure to put a magazine in before I left. Oh, Jesus Christ, he actually is going to kill David. Fuck. The sky gets darker, and an orange light peeks under the clouds on the horizon as afternoon transitions to evening. Although I feel more focused than ever, I still feel the anxiety boiling in my stomach. The feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Yeah, you're going to kill someone. It will all depend on what happens tonight. Thankfully, I don't run into anyone I know as I arrive downtown. Soon, I'm in front of the place where I work. The Greylock sun stands menacingly before me. The lights are on, though the windows don't reveal anyone inside. I don't stop. I just walk straight inside. Oh dear. There's an eerie silence as I enter the building. I'm so used to seeing people here that seeing this place empty makes it ominous. I don't see anyone right by the entrance, so the next place I check is the main room. As I walk, I slide my hand into my bag, holding the gun and keeping it hidden. Do you know how to shoot that thing? And there he is. Standing on the other side of the room, sipping from a coffee mug, his back to me, is David. Because of the silence in the room, he immediately hears my footsteps. The wolf turns around to face me. Ryan. He doesn't seem surprised to see me. In fact, he still wears that surly expression common to him. David. What are you doing here? I shouldn't pull the gun out just yet. Perhaps I could get something out of him. I found Jim. Which Jim? There are plenty of Jims here. Jim Delaney. I saw what you did to him. I saw your messages. David stops and chuckles. What are you on about? Don't bullshit me, David. I saw threatening messages on his phone from your number. You say one thing about that blog post and you're dead. Is that right? Oh, dear. Did something happen to him? You know what happened to him, you fucker. Whoa, hey now, Ryan. That's no way to speak to your boss. I know you're upset about earlier. To be honest, I think I went a bit hard on you. I apologize, but there's no need to cuss. He's being evasive. He's very calm, too. All it's doing is making my blood boil. Where is Ransom? Jeez, you're still on about that? I told you to drop it, Birder. And why's that? Because you're hiding something? What was on Ransom's blog post? Why did you threaten Jim to not talk about it? Did you take it down? Oh, please, Ryan. Now you just sound like a conspiracy theorist. This is exactly why I told you to drop the case, because you're too quick to come to bullshit conclusions. Really? I thought you told us to drop the case because you feared it would cause chaos in the streets. David finally breaks his expression and glares at me. Yeah, that too. You know, you're not as clever as you think you are, Birder. My frustration finally boils over. I unleashed a pistol from my bag and pointed right at David. Oh! The wolf looked surprised for a bit, but then he just chuckles and takes a sip from his mug. This is a bit extreme, don't you think? I'm not messing around, David. Where the fuck is Ransom? Huh, what will you do if I don't answer? Shoot me? Kill me? If you do that, then you won't get any answers. Quit fucking around! Tell me, what did you do to him? His smile disappears. He takes a breath and another sip of coffee before setting the mud down. You know, Ryan, there's a fine line between persistence and stubbornness. And I'm afraid you're falling into the stubborn side. I don't know where Ransom Wilkes is. Tell the truth. Admit it, you coward. But I can say that you're going too far. How about this? You put that gun down and walk away, and I won't tell a single soul about this interaction. Hell, I'll even give you a raise. Do we have a deal? I grit my teeth and growl through them, never lowering the gun pointed at the wolf. Not until you tell me where Ransom is. David's expression finally drops to annoyance. He closes his eyes and exhales in a look of resignation. I'm so close. The silence is damning, even though it lasts for a few seconds. Finally, David speaks lowly. Oh, is he actually gonna tell us? He's finally gonna say something? Jesus Christ. So be it. I didn't want to come to this, but you left me with no choice. What? I'm sorry, Ryan. Someone's behind us. Huh? Oh, shit! Out of nowhere, I see a flash of white and feel a horrific searing pain on my back. It's the most intense pain I've ever felt. Ah! But David's in front of me? Someone's behind me. I feel like I'm being held in place by wherever side of my back. So I point the pistol over my shoulder and try to shoot the attacker. But a large hand just swats the gun out of my hands. It's then that I feel my back free from the attacker's grasp. Ah! I turn around to try to look at my attacker. I only see them for a split second before I feel something slice in my face. There's so much force in the strike that I fall to the floor. Shit! Shit! Is this the person who killed Jim? I see the gun on the floor across the room. I try to scramble to my feet, but the attacker kicks my legs and I fall back down. My heart and my brain pound as I try to crawl over to the gun. David doesn't bother interacting with the fight. He just stays out of the way, observing. Another kick, this time to my lower back right where the cut is. Ah! The slices on my back and face send a fire raging throughout my entire body. It hurts. It hurts so fucking much. I hear a growl above me. Shit, I have to move. I finally reach the gun and I grab the handle. The attacker above me lets out a deafening roar. I feel them lunging towards me. I hold my breath as I turn around and ready the gun. Oh shit! Who is it? The wolf stops as the gunshot crashes through the air. My ears ringing for a good minute before I'm let in a silence more deafening than the gunshot. I let short panting breaths out as my heart continues to pound against my chest. I just lay there, still tense as I look up at the blood and brain matter splattered on the ceiling. Who did I just shoot? Ooh, is it Ransom? Oh shit. Fuck. Oh fucking hell. Oh no. I see. A brown bear. With a hole in their head. Their yellow eyes. They look familiar. Though they're fading as blood oozes from the hole. The bear looks thin, though a bit pudgy. Their left hand is replaced with a long sharp hook. Their sleeve stained red. The hand in the forest. Wait. I recognize this person. I scramble to my feet, gun still in shaking hand. My breath stays more uneven as I stare at the bear. God. Oh God. Ransom? No. No. This can't be. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh hey, you found him. I flinch as I hear David's voice and remember he's still here. He's unfazed. Even after all this. The wolf looks down at the bear's body. Oh no. Ryan. What have you done? No, 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 no. Please tell me this is a different bear. No. No, Ryan, why would you do that? The wolf faints shocked as I panic. How could he? The edges of my vision become blurry. My limbs become numb. I look at David and speak, my voice shaking and breaking. What is this? But the wolf just looks past me. Oh hey, Walter. Look who Ryan found. Huh? Walter, you're here! I follow his gaze and I see Walter at the entrance. He's frozen. He looks right at me, his eyes wide and mouth agape in pure terror. My hands become shaky and it drops the gun. No, wait. I look between the bear's corpse and the petrified cat. Sorry, Ryan. But you are a murderer. My vision becomes blurry and I become unable to stand. I feel myself fall as I drift away. Everything becomes black. What the hell? What the hell? Shit. Oh god. It feels oddly calm. It's silent too. I feel like I'm floating in water, like a gentle river is carrying me downstream. Sort of like that one painting. What was it called? Ophelia? The piece doesn't last long though, and I soon feel sensation coming back to me. A sharp pain pricks on my back and face. Ah! I turn to lay on my side and I rub on my lower back. Something shifts in the area where I was slashed. It might be loose skin. I open my eyes, but they immediately droop from immense fatigue. Oh, fuck. How long was I out? What am I laying on? A concrete slab? It's not helping with my back. Where am I? I rub as much of the fatigue away from my eyes as I can before opening them. Damn, you're in prison? Huh? This isn't my room. The room I'm in is dark and empty. Little light pours in through a tiny window. It must be night. I'm surrounded on all sides by thick walls, except for one side of the room, which ends with a row of bars. Wait, what is this? Why am I in here? Something's wrong. Ransom? My stomach and heart sink as I remember the bear's dying face. My blood freezes again, and the fatigue leaves my body to be replaced by panic. Did that really happen? I scramble off the bed and move toward the bars. I peer through the bars in an attempt to look for anyone. Hello? The word bounces off the walls, but there's no immediate response. I feel my breath get uneven. Hello? Why am I in here? Hello? I slam on the metal bars, but that only ends up hurting my hands. No one comes. My heart starts to pound again. No. No, 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 no. Shit! My mind speeds through everything that just took place in many different possibilities, none of which are good. The look in Ransom's eyes. The way he just laid there. The way a single loud crack made everything go quiet. He got shot, and I was the one holding the gun. No. I stumble backwards, away from the bars, My lips don't numb even. My vision becomes blurry. My breaths become more uneven. I find myself unable to process what just happened. What's going to happen to me? I hear a door open. I try to suppress my pant as I scribble back to the bars keeping me inside. I look in the direction the sound came from, and I see 3 people coming down the hall. A lizard woman. She must be a guard. Behind her, I see a lion and a cat. No. Patrick and Walter? Yes. Patrick! Walter! The trio stops in front of the cell and they face me. Thank God, I... My words drift off as I notice their faces. Walter looks at me with fear and anger. Patrick's face is unreadable. I can't tell what he's thinking. Pat? Is it true? My boyfriend's voice is low and shaky. The little spark of hope I have felt when they came down is snuffed out in an instant. I find myself at a loss for words. What? I saw you! Walter's voice has a slight growl put into it, but it also falters. You were holding the gun. Rance. I don't think I've ever seen the cat this shaken. He tries to put on an intimidating tone, but his voice betrays that he's on the verge of crying. Oh, I should say now since you're unconscious. Ryan Birder, you have been charged with first-degree murder of Ransom Wilkes and are now awaiting trial. That sentence stabs my chest. It feels so wrong in so many ways. What? No! He attacked me! You claim it was self-defense? Please, Ransom wouldn't hurt a fly. Do you not see the scar on his face? No, please! I didn't know it was him, and he did attack me! Look! These... I show him the slashes on my face and back. That was him! I think he was going to kill me! That's bullshit. Ransom would never kill anyone. Walter! Pat! Please! It's David. He's behind all this. He killed Jim Delaney and he conspired with Ransom somehow. I don't know, but... They just look at me, and I lose my thought process again. Soon I just report to pleading. Please! There's a heavy silence, broken only by our shaky breaths. I can't tell what Patrick is thinking, and I just see many emotions clashing on his face. Walter refuses to make eye contact with me. Walter, you're a fucking idiot! Really? Yeah, you know what? Fuck all this. We want to find Ransom, right? The cat looks at me with glossy eyes, and he stops as his mouth contorts to an angry grin. Well, we found him, and he's dead now. So, it was all for nothing, huh? That last sentence is a stake going through my heart. Without another word, the cat turns around and starts walking away. Wait, Walter! Please, you know that... I'm sorry, Walter! Without looking back, the cat throws the door open and leaves the lockup. I feel myself getting desperate. Patrick, my boyfriend, is still there, looking at me with the same conflicted expression. Pat? He finally breaks eye contact with me, and he looks around the room uncomfortably. His mouth opens slightly. But then he just exhales. Pat, please, don't tell me you believe that. The lion just looks down, leaving me in a damning silence. Patrick? I'm sorry, I need to think for a bit. I become paralyzed as I look at him. He turns to the side and hesitates. Sorry. And then he starts walking. Patrick? The lion holds his head down as he walks away. He doesn't look back at me. The lizard guard walks behind him. She gives me a scowl as she escorts him out. No, Patrick, please tell me you don't believe that! Patrick! Patrick, please come back! Tears pour down my face and my voice breaks. I slam the cage with my arms, but it only sends a shockwave of pain throughout my upper body. Everything hurts. I drop to my knees and just lean against the bars as I weep. Pat! Please! Please don't! I don't hear anyone. He's gone. I'm all alone. I'm left in darkness, sobbing harder than I ever have before. Well, what now? I lost. I have dedicated myself to find Ransom, and I ended up being his demise. I'm a murderer. Walter hates me now. I don't know where my parents are, but I bet they would hate me too. And now Patrick, my boyfriend, the love of my life, the man who held me and made me feel safe and warm when I most needed it. He's gone too. I've lost everything. I failed. Well, what now? Come on! I'm sorry, Ryan. Who's talking to me? Huh? Who said that? I opened my eyes, my head still against the cage. I looked around the hall, trying to find the source of the voice. But there's no one here. I'm still alone. Now I'm imagining things. God, I'm a failure. I have so many regrets, and I'm so sorry, Ryan. But I hear a voice. What it's saying isn't reflecting my thoughts. It sounds familiar. God, I wish I could apologize to you directly. Hello? The voice pauses. I still see no one outside the cell. Ryan? There it is again. Is that in my head? Hello? Something moves behind me. What is happening right now? What is happening? Ryan? Ah! I scream, which only puts more strain on my already broken voice. I try to back away from the thing, but my back immediately hits the metal bars, sending more pain throughout my body. I'm trapped. I panic again as I'm forced to look up at the thing resembling Ransom. He still has the bullet hole in his head. The ghastly bear stands up and holds his hands up in an attempt to calm me down. Whoa, hey Ryan, it's... I try to catch my breaths, but they refuse to slow down. Ransom? Yes, Ryan, I force myself to hold my breath, only letting out small gasps. Yeah, you can see me? I just looked at the bear, unable to believe what I'm seeing. This can't be Ransom, right? You can see me. You can see me! Oh God, you can see me! Yes! The thing resembling Ransom paces around the cell, cheering and laughing. No, I shot him. I killed him. So then, why is he in front of me? Am I hallucinating? Ransom? Is it really you? Yes, it is. But how are you here? Well, to be honest, I have no idea how you can see me. Hell, I think it's a miracle that you can. The bear chuckles excitedly. Holy shit, this is gonna change everything! What are you talking about? You're dead! What do you mean? The ghost of Ransom kneels in front of me to meet me eye to eye. Did you see my most recent blog post? I saw a bit of it. It was taken down. Shit, of course it was. Anyways, Ryan, I found something. Something that would change everything. Everything we thought we knew about Greylock. What is it? The bear leans in closer. The witch is real. Well, we kind of figured that out. We kind of knew that. I just looked at Ransom, not sure what to think. The bear exhales. Look, I know, the witch is probably the last thing you want to hear about right now. But listen to me, Ryan. The witch is real, and she's the reason all of this is happening. What are you talking about? And her curse? Well, it's not actually the witch, but David. Ryan, it's him that's making people disappear. Alongside demons? I don't really know. But what I do know is that David is disappearing people trying to look for the witch. I never found what it is, but there's something about the witch he's trying to hide. Is the witch like another descendant of his family? I knew David was involved somehow, same from day one. But the witch? And Image 1697? Huh? Oh yeah, so while you were missing, your blog post kinda went viral. It became a whole thing where people tried to recover the photos after the post was taken down. One of the pictures, Image 1697, couldn't be recovered, so people started making fakes. It became like a whole thing where you would go mad if you saw the picture unless you shared it. Huh. Well, there goes my 15 seconds of internet fame. Something's still not adding up. Ransom, where have you been? We've been looking for you. Well, it's complicated. I'm pretty sure I was possessed. Possessed? Like by a demon? Let me explain as best I can. Oh dear. Possession is a curious state of being. Two spirits inhabiting one body, the possessor and the host. The possessor wrests control of the body from the host, leaving them to watch from the sidelines. The possessor can then use the body for whatever it wants. It eats away at the host's power as time goes on, so the longer the possessor stays in the body, the stronger it becomes. As a result, host becomes weaker. It could also be permanently lost if the body is possessed long enough. Additionally, the possessor won't feel any injuries that the body sustains, but the host will. A possessor is like a parasite in those regards. Right after I made that post, I sort of blacked out. Well, I was still there, but I couldn't do anything. Something had taken control of my body, and I was forced to just watch. I had no power. Thank you for coming, Ransom. This bastard! I hate him! There I was, sitting in the forest with David. Forced to just sit and watch. Your left arm, please. My body rolled up my sleeve and lifted up its left arm, but it wasn't me that did it. I could only watch. Try not to move. This will only take a few seconds. I watched as David put on gloves and pulled out a hacksaw. I could only watch as that wolf gripped my hand tightly. I could only watch as the metal teeth tore through my flesh. It was the worst pain I ever felt, but I wasn't allowed to react to it. You're doing wonderful. At one point, David had dropped my hand while he was almost done, just to see what it would do. I could only watch as my hand dangled from my arm, hidden on by a few threads of flesh. Hey, sorry about that. Was just curious. We're almost done. And I could only watch as my hand was completely separated, leaving my arm to end in a bloody stump. Guy's one evil motherfucker. Amazing job, Ransom. You took that like a champ. With this, hopefully people will get the idea to not look for you. And he just dropped my hand onto the forest floor. I just sat there, bleeding and bleeding. But he wasn't done with me yet. You know, I actually have a little prize for you, since you did so well. And then he dug into his bag, and pulled out a large hook. I could only watch as he dug one end of the hook into the stump of my arm. When he got stuck, he shoved it in, burrowing one end of the hook right in my bone marrow. And I could only watch as he tried to sew the stump shut, so I wouldn't bleed out and so the hook would stay in. If you're not going to cauterize that, that's going to cause infection. Ta-da! You're like a real-life Candyman. We're gonna do some good things together. God damn it. Oh, there's the picture. There's a Scribber suicide picture. David often kept me in a hidden room at the Sun. There, I would be forced to sit and just stare at a computer screen. this computer screen would be flashing the exact same image. It was an image I can't even describe. It made me feel like I was going to go mad. I could feel my instincts begging to take over, but I couldn't unleash those primal urges because I wasn't in control. Hell, I'm surprised I still have coherent thoughts right now. Well, you are a ghost. David used this image as a method of hypnosis. Now, hypnosis is not the same as possession. They are similar, in that they can both be defined as an external force taking control of one's body and bending them to their will, but they are not the same. Hypnosis is sort of like a lesser form of possession. Not everyone seeking control can communicate with spirits, let alone conjure them, so they put their subjects into a trance. It is said that people under hypnosis start to lose their sense of self, and hence they are compelled to give in to their primal urges. This can, of course, have deadly consequences if not properly controlled. David conducted an experiment where he sent the hypnotizing image to random people. They all died by suicide, some of them even murdering others. I assume the reason David had me look at that image was to weaken my sense of self, so the demon inside me could grow stronger. And then, he sits me on Jim Delaney. For a brief moment, I was allowed to give in to those primal urges. I could only watch as it all happened. Damn. David, you fucking bitch. God, he makes me angry. I murdered Jim, but that wasn't me. Ransom was genuinely shaking as he recounts his tale. So he was the one who sought and killed Jim. So, you've been hiding all this time? Under David's control? Yes. But, now that I'm free and we can talk to each other, I believe there is hope. We can work together and we can expose David and end this cycle once and for all. Still kneeling down, the ghostly bear reaches his hand out towards me. What do you say, Ryan? You're dead! How? I don't know. This sense of loss, from me killing Ransom, to Patrick and Walter leaving me, to me being trapped in this jail cell, it overwhelms me. It's holding me down in this grimy cell. I don't know if I can keep going. And so I just turn my head away and bury it in my arms. Ransom's expression becomes somber as he lowers his hand. Look, I know this is a lot, and I know how you must feel right now. God knows I would be reacting the same way if our roles were swapped. Imagining myself in Ransom's situation, it terrifies me. I don't know if I would even survive several days of that. Patrick's gone. He'll come back. Huh? He loves you too much, truly. I know you two have been good to each other. You deserve to be happy together. Believe me, he'll come back. He tries to reassure me, but I'm not sure if it's working. It doesn't really help that this guy's my ex. But listen to me, Ryan. If we don't do this, people will keep disappearing. People will keep dying, all for a lie. I know it might seem hopeless right now, but if we end this cycle of violence, then what? I'm awaiting trial for murder. I'm going to prison. Oh, that? Nah, that was self-defense. They can't prosecute you for that. But Don't worry. The evidence will come up and will show that you were defending yourself. You won't go to prison. And besides, if we expose David as the mastermind behind all this, it would surely clear your name. Look, Ryan, you did what you could. You are innocent, through and through. I looked back at the bear. Easy for you to say. David is the mastermind behind all this, so obviously he could pull some strings and get evidence tampered with. Also, Walter's a fucking idiot and a pussy. Fuck that man. You know what? I was gonna be like, you know what? He's kinda cute though. But now, no. Fuck that man. For real. Little bitch. I looked back at the bear. So, shall we? He offers his hand again. I still have that feeling like I've lost everything. This is probably the lowest I've ever felt in my entire life. But, can we really do this? Hey, I'm going to need you to trust me on this one, okay? Ransom seems like he knows what to do. Ransom, you're dead! Yeah, perhaps we can do this. Okay. I reach out and I try to take his hand. But then my hand just phases through his. I don't feel anything except for a cold blast on my hand. Oh. I guess we can't touch each other. Oh well. I slowly get up to my feet, and Ransom follows. So, how am I going to get out of here? Well, this looks like a pretty old-timey cell. I think this jail's been around since the 60s? Anyway, this looks like a pretty standard lock. I think you could hit this. Okay, let me see if I have... I feel around my pockets, but they're empty. I look around the cell. And then something hits me. They took my bag. Shit, of course they would. Oh yeah, David left it at the Sun. Seriously? Yeah, we'll work around it. How sharp are your claws? Not really. Last time I trimmed them was like last week. Well, I guess you could file them. Huh? Just one, though. One is all you need. Let's see. The walls are concrete. That might work. Even just the thought of filing a claw on those walls makes me shiver. I don't want to do that. Well, what else can we do? Wait for the guard? She's not going to let us out. I give a heavy, defeated exhale. Fine. This is going to be horrible. I scroll down next to one of the walls and bare the claw of my right pointer finger. So, just file this until it's thin and sharp and then hit the lock? Not too thin that it will snap. We don't want to get stuck in the lock. Oh boy. Let's just get this over with. And so I start rubbing my claw back and forth on the rough wall. The feeling and sound of it shoots an unpleasant tingle throughout my body. God, I'm not going to survive this. I feel a twinge in my finger as part of my nail snaps off. I know, sorry about this. It's fine, just... I rub the nail more aggressively, trying to get it to a good thickness as soon as possible. Tell me when to stop. I bite on my tongue as I try to fight through the horrible sensation. Ransom observes my hand closely, waiting to give me the cue. Okay, stop. I gratefully pull my hand away from the wall and look at the damage. Jesus. The nail is horrifically uneven, and it's now asymmetrical. But at least the tip looks sharp. Okay, that's good. Let's go. So I head back to the bars and check to make sure no one else is here. Okay, coast is clear. I find the lock hidden on the other side of the door. Okay, this better work. The gap between the bars is too narrow for me to fit my entire hands through. This is going to require a bit of maneuvering. I reach my left hand through the bars and turn the lock in a way that my right hand can get to the hole. Then I reach my right hand through and feel around the lock awkwardly with my fingers. When I find the hole, I try to shove the metal claw into it. It does go in, though it feels weird and uneven. So, how do I twist? I don't know, just like, mess around with the lock or something. I'm sure it will click when it locks. Fuck. Okay, here goes nothing. And then I start turning. I have no idea which ways to go, so I just turn at random angles, hoping that something will give in. At one point, I feel a snap coming from the claw and a twinge in my finger. Ah! What? What happened? Fuck, I just twisted my finger. It's fine. I start turning again, become more frantic and random. Please, please, please. Don't prove I'm right. Please, please, please. Don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Haha. Something clicks and the lock suddenly feels loose. I pull the shackle out of the lock's base and take it off the door. I push the door gently and it opens. Haha, yes! I then pull my claw out of the lock and look at the results. A good chunk of it was taken off while it was in the lock. My god, this looks horrible. Oh, ouch. I'll be okay. Okay, there should be a back exit. I quietly rush down the hall in the opposite direction from the guard's office. And sure enough, there is another exit. And so I finally break out of this concrete prison. I'm surprised there's no alarm. I just fucking broke out of jail. We emerged from the back of the jail, and we tried to walk away from it as quickly as possible while looking casual. Okay, so what now? Well, let's see. Those pictures I took that night, I want to publish a proper story with them, one that tells the truth. Those images might still be on my computer. Oh, yeah, about that. Yeah, your laptop was trash. It's a goner. Sorry. Fuck. Well, they might still be on the SD card. Get the SD card slot out. Get the SD card slot out. I know the SD card is in there. I just know it. You probably could have more pictures if you just go back to Ransom's room, go to his laptop, find the SD card slot, because I know that SD card is still in there. Listen, I know I sound like a broken record player at this point, but Jesus Christ, if you don't go back to that place and find the SD card... Oh? Tell me more. Oh, that's right. It's the way that if I was the protagonist of this game, this would have been solved so fucking quickly! What the hell? Oh my god! I was right! I knew it! I knew it! I knew to check it! I knew to check the SD card! I knew to check the SD card this whole time! I'm so... Oh my god! Leave no stone motherfucking unturned, okay? That's my motto. Yeah! Oh my god. Rhettoe, I bet you're kicking and jiggling your feet right now, huh? You slight bastard. Oh, that's right. Was it still in the computer when you... I'm pretty sure it was. Did you check for it? No, I didn't think to, apparently. Okay, well, we could go back for it. How trash is my laptop exactly? Light scratches across the screen, most of the screen doesn't work anymore, and there's like a large chunk bent out of the keyboard or something. His face! What the? Did I fucking eat my laptop? Only a little bit. It was like on the upper left edge or something. Ransom processes that for a second. Then his eyes widen, as if making a realization. Oh, that fucker! What? That's where the SD card slot would be! Wait, so, you think you ate the SD card? That's the only thing I could think of. Well, what are we going to do then? Ransom thinks for a bit. Well... Let's get it back then. Huh? How? By... taking it out of my stomach? Are we going to... No, what are we doing? Are you fucking serious? Sorry, but I think we're going to have to if we want to get those pictures back. Hopefully it didn't get digested. Oh my god. Sorry, my body might be at the morgue by now. Do you know where it is? No, but I can look it up. As soon as I say that, I remember something in my stomach drops. My phone's in my bag, which is at the sun. Fuck! Hey, it's okay. The sun should be closed. Hell, I don't think David is even there this late. You think so? I'm pretty sure. I hope you're right. Wait, what time even is it? How long was I out? About 2 hours. It's around 10 p.m. now. So, let's go get your bag and then we can head to the morgue to get the SD card. Ransom? You're fucking crazy. I know. And so we make our way downtown. Oh, God. I'm back at this godforsaken place. A void stares back at me from behind the windows. And, wouldn't you know it, that prickling in my neck is back. That sense of danger I've become so familiar with these past few days. I have to shove it aside. I can't stop here. And so I try to pull the door open. But it's locked. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I look back at my mangled claw. dreading what I'm going to have to do. You could just break the window. Wait, it'll be better to be stealthy. We don't know if that place is actually empty. Yeah. And so I reluctantly stick my claw into the lock. It takes a few twists and turns, but at least I have the advantage of actually being able to see the keyhole. It ends up being much easier than the jail cell lock, giving way pretty easily. And I didn't hurt myself. And so Ransom and I make our way inside the pitch black building. Ooh, the music. Oh, I don't like this. I thought it was unnerving in here when it was empty, but when the lights are off too? I whisper over the Ransom, in case there is someone in here. Did you see where David put my bag? I think it was just in the main room. That easy? The Phantom Bear shrugs. We make our way over to the main room. Sure enough, I see my bag on a desk on the opposite side of the room. It's about the same place where David was earlier. There! So I start walking straight towards it. But as I walk, I start to feel some kind of presence in the room, and it's not Ransom. Hide! The bear's whispering voice sounds urgent. Huh? Hide! I follow his frantic order without question, and we both scramble under the nearest desk. What's happening? I mouth the words to Ransom as he holds a finger up to his snout. What is that noise? What is that noise? I mouth the words to Ransom as he holds a finger up to his snout. And then I hear a noise. It's a sort of rhythmic clicking that I've never heard in my life. There's something in here. I slowly peer my head out from under the desk to try to find the source of the sound. Before I can get a good look, though, I feel a cold blast in my chest. Ransom's trying to swarm me back under the desk. Ransom and I look at each other. The bear looks genuinely terrified. His eyes are wide and his breaths are short. I try to mouth words to him, using little gestures to help out. Unfortunately, I don't know sign language. Are you okay? He collects his breath and nods. How are you scared? You're a ghost. What the fuck is here right now? Which feral creature is in here? You saw your bag? I nod at him. The bear then takes a few deep breaths, as if steeling himself or something. Okay, we need to distract it. I could throw something? Ransom peeks out from under the desk to look at whatever is in here. Almost immediately after, though, he flinches and ducks back under the desk. His breaths accelerate. He's panting again. What happened? He tries to answer, but it gets caught in his accelerating breaths. My own heartbeat skyrockets, and it pounds against my chest. Ransom? I hold my hands up in an attempt to calm him down. It's going to be okay. My words drift off when Ransom's already horrified expression intensifies, and he looks past me. It's behind me, isn't it? Oh, what the hell is that? Who is that? The witch? What animal is this? Is that the witch? I see a pair of feet standing in front of the desk, right in front of us. The stain looks so gnarly and cracked, and I don't see a tail. I can't tell what species this thing is. Ransom holds his breath, looking scared out of his mind. It goes deathly silent except for my heartbeat. Don't turn around like that. Don't turn around like that. Don't turn around like that. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ. God damn. Yeah, I already explained. Let's move on. Go, Ryan! Ransom lunges forward and tackles the demon, taking it down to the floor. I use the opening to scramble out from the desk. I get to my feet and dash towards the back of the room. A screeching pierces the room. It's a sound I have never heard in my life. What is that thing? Ah, fuck! Ransom screams as he wrestles with the demon. I've only ever heard him scream once before. I scoop my bag into my arms and I take a quick scan of its contents. The gun's missing. Of course David would take it. But I see my phone. That's all I need right now. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Look at this fucker. That's creepy. I turn back around and... oh, shit. Lo The demon has Ransom pinned to the floor, and it's snarling above him. Its large maw is wide open, displaying sharp, decaying teeth that look ready to devour the bear. Fuck! No, no, no! Hey, asshole! The creature snaps its head towards me at an unnatural angle. No, Ryan! And then the unholy thing gets off Ransom and starts stumbling towards me. Shit, I didn't think about that. Ransom uses the opening to tackle the thing again. He pins it to the wall with his hook hand and he starts punching its twisted face. I take the opportunity to run towards the exit, hugging the bag in my arms. This is what you fucking deserve! When I reach the front lobby, Ransom throws the demon across the room before running to join me. We almost make it out the door when... God damn it! Ah! Shit! This bastard! Ice shoots up my spine. The world slows down. I see David looking at us through a window. The window of his office. He was here the whole time, and now he knows where we are. Ransom and I practically dive out of the front door. Go! 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 And we run, as fast as we can, as far away from the sun as our bodies are willing to go. We run all the way across downtown, thankfully only seeing a few passers-by. When I feel that my body has had enough, I find an alleyway and duck into it, Ransom close behind. We take a minute to catch our breaths and attempt to process what just happened. What the fuck was that? But as Ransom breathes, he doesn't calm down. In fact, he's panicking. He falls to his knees, hyperventilating. Ransom? He doesn't respond. He's shaking. Ransom, what's wrong? That fucking thing possessed me. His voice is hoarse and shaky. It's a voice of genuine terror. That thing fucking possessed me! Fuck! What if it... What if it got you? Oh god. He continues hyperventilating. In fact, he sounds like he's on the verge of crying. He looks at his hook hand. For a moment, he tries to yank it out of his arm, but he stops immediately and lets out a pained yell. What did that thing do to him? Hey. I squat down to meet him eye to eye. He looks at me, the horror still evident in his glistening eyes. It's a look I'm not used to seeing on Ransom. I've only seen him break down like this once before, when his mom died. It's okay. I'm still here, aren't I? Ransom tries to catch his breaths. Right. I can't even begin to imagine what that thing must have done to you. But you're free of it now. It feels weird to say that to, well, his ghost. We'll get through this, together. Now I'm the one comforting him. Ransom takes some time to catch his breaths. Eventually, they slow down, but the bear still looks distraught. Ryan, don't underestimate these things, okay? These demons, they may not have any control over me since, yeah, but they can still possess you, and, hey, I'll be fine. I think of a possible response. And then an idea comes to me. So, why don't you try possessing me? What? No, I don't know if I could. But listen to me, Ryan. Even if I could, you would still be putting your sense of self at risk, and I don't want you to lose yourself. Ransom then sits down and hugs his legs. You know what? As long as we end this, I don't care what happens to me. I've already lost pretty much everything tonight. But because I care, I'm going to keep going and I will see this to the end. For Ransom. For everyone I love. I'll be okay. We just have to end this. The bear looks at me, finally getting his breaths under control. I still see the terror in his eyes, but I can tell that it's for me. He's scared for me. This is Ransom. this is really him. God, I don't want to admit it, but I missed him. Maybe that's why I dedicated myself to find him. Because I missed him. The bear sniffles. Okay. And then, having come down from his panic attack, he slowly stands up. Shall we then? I stand up too, ready to keep going. Yes. Okay. You have everything in your bag? I open my bag and look inside. My phone is still there, thankfully. Although, when I dig through, I notice that something's missing. Shit. What? What is it? I had flash drives in here. They had the pictures I managed to save from your post. Fuck, of course he would take those. Well, all the more reason to get the SD card, am I right? He also took the photo. What photo? Okay, so I might have snuck into the library's archives. Oh damn, you're committing a bunch of crimes. I'd say murder is worse than breaking and entering. Fair point, go on. So I saw a photo that showed, like, an old ballroom. There were a bunch of men in suits there, and above them was a series of shields with the zodiac signs. That coincides with a message Patrick and I found at the fire tower. Let Scorpio guide you, as above so below. Oh yeah, that was a hotel that was built in the 19th century, but it burned down in, I think it was the 30s? The ruins are still there, and that's what you can see from the fire tower on a clear day. Most of the zodiac shields are still there, and going in the direction of Scorpio will lead you to the caves where the witch is. I have pretty much deduced that already, but it's great to hear Ransom confirming it. Wait. I remember reading about caves in his pictures, but I didn't investigate it further. Caves? What caves? Oh, I guess he didn't get to those pictures. So, here's the thing about the witch. She resides in a system of caves hidden underneath Greylock. I didn't know we have caves here. Yeah, the only entrance is somewhere deep in the forest. But Ryan, there's something you need to know about those caves. They are very dangerous. There are things lurking down there. I can't explain what, and it's easy to get lost down there. The thought of caves underneath Greylock, and the idea that the witch was not only real, but underneath us all along, makes me shudder. Okay. So what about the as above so below part? Well, that part's kinda strange, especially when you get to the caves. Basically, in order to go down, you have to go up. Don't ask me how that works. I'm just lucky I remembered that phrase, or else I would have gone lost in those caves, probably forever. And that coincides with that scary maze game! Ransom shivers at that thought, and I feel myself reciprocating that reaction. So, to find the witch, we find that hotel ruins, we follow Scorpio to the caves, and then we go up the caves in order to find the witch? That's pretty much how it works. Okay. I think I would have to do it myself to understand. That's pretty much the idea. But first, we should get that SD card back. Okay, let's find that morgue. I pull my phone out of my bag and press the power button. Thankfully, the screen lights up. Oh, thank God. I still have data too. I go to the map and look up morgues, hoping there's only one in Greylock because that would make my life easier. Okay, the morgue's downtown, a couple minutes south of us. Alright, south we shall go. We should probably keep watch for police. I make sure to follow the directions listed on my phone. It's a tense walk through downtown. Ransom and I look around ourselves, observing the dark alleyways from which David or that demon could emerge again. God, it must look so insane to any people who just walk by. I doubt they will see Ransom, which doesn't help. That feeling of being watched is still lingering above me and pushing me down, but I feel safer now that I'm with someone I know, even if he's dead. God, even just thinking about that fact. I still feel a weight drop on me whenever I look at Ransom and I see that hole in his head. Even if he seems to be doing fine, that guilt, it never relents. I don't even know what I'm going to do when all of this is over. We're here. This is it. D. Andrews Mortuary and Crematory. I hope he didn't get cremated. I don't think that's how that works. Just joking. We make sure no one's around to spot us before we sneak to the side of the building. Okay, we're gonna stop right there for now. We're gonna continue with the next part where we go right into the morgue. Guys, this game is getting really intense. I can't believe we broke out of prison. But Ransom's dead. Fuck, I feel so sad now. Like, it's so depressing now. Just your friend, who you can't touch, you can still talk to. But is Ransom going to disappear once this is all over? Are we going to die when this is all over? What's gonna happen? But David saw us. David saw us. He saw us. And now he's going to fucking... I don't know what's gonna happen. I have a feeling that we should be looking out for police. We're just gonna start patrolling the town. Just to find us. Fuck. This is insane. Well, we conclude that Walter's a little bitch. David, you fucker. Ransom is completely dead. Goddamn. The witch is real. And Patrick... something about... I don't know. I get how he's feeling. I get those feelings and everything, but I don't know why. A part of me is still pissed off that he just left Ryan like that. Because you know him the best out of everyone. So, what the fuck? Well, anyway, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, and subscribe if you're really interested. I'll leave a link to the visual novel in the description below if you want to solve the mystery yourself, as well as links to Rhettoe's Blue Sky, a YouTube channel, if you want to support them. I'll also leave links to my Twitter and Blue Sky if you want to support me on those platforms. And as always, I'll be leaving a link to the visual novel me and my good friend Zid the Red Panda made for the February game jam called When You're Mine. Please don't show your support to it. If you do enjoy it, maybe consider rating it and commenting on it on itchio. We love reading those. It makes our day. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!